I am Mama Duck's baby duck, Mr. No Ducks himself. Quack, quack. But watch this though. Smackdown in Oklahoma. Baron Corbin has made his WWE return. Let's talk about it. Well, y'all know for the last few weeks, maybe a month or two or so, Danhausen has been working on his cloning machine, something like what Steve Urkel on Family Matters had made when he used to clone himself. And everybody has been saying for a couple of weeks that Baron Corbin has signed with WWE, and we was all thinking that Baron Corbin was going to come back through the Danhausen storyline. You know, he's been shocking people like The Miz and JD and Kip Wilson, and we was pretty much expecting for him to get into a tag team match again, like he did when he brought out the mini Danhausens. We was expecting for him to be put in a tag team match, and then they was going to ask him to find his partner, and his partner was going to end up being Baron Corbin due to the cloning machine that he been messing with for the last few weeks. Well, that ain't what happened. What actually happened is, man, Trick Williams and Carmelo Hayes ended up having a match tonight, and it was a good match. If you're not familiar with the way that these two brothers wrestle, I would say go out of your way to go and see this match because the match was actually good. I would say it was kind of like 50-50 booking, man. Trick Williams was getting his offense in. Carmelo Hayes was definitely getting his offense in, man. And it was a nice match, if I do have to say so myself. Well, it come a point in the match to where Trick Williams get out the ring and he's pretty much talking to Lil Yachty a little bit. Well, Carmelo Hayes jumps from the inside the ring over the rope outside the ring. He tried to jump on Trick Williams, but he didn't hit Trick Williams. So Trick Williams turned around to check on Lil Yachty to make sure that Lil Yachty was okay. And while he did that, Carmelo Hayes ended up pushing Trick Williams into Lil Yachty, knocking Lil Yachty over. Well, Trick Williams go and throw Carmelo back into the ring, and when he throw Carmelo back in the ring, Trick started running the ropes. He go to one rope. Carmelo tried to clothesline him. Trick Williams ducked it. He bounced off the other ropes. Carmelo tried to clothesline him. He ducked it again. When he came back from bouncing off the rope that third time, Carmelo just hit him. First 48, double knees, straight to the face, man. You know what I'm saying? Knocked the dude out. It's really looking like Carmelo is finna win this match. Carmelo go up to the third rope. He get ready to hit his finishing move. Y'all already know nothing but net where he come off the top rope with that Booker T type leg drop. But when he get up to the third rope, the camera pans in close to him, and all of a sudden you see a figure grab his arm. And when the camera backs up, it's Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin grabs him by the arm. He pulls him off the top rope and hangs him up on the third rope by the neck. So Carmelo Hayes is on the ground. The ref done rung the bell. Now it's a DQ. You know what I'm saying? We don't get an ending to the match. Baron Corbin get in the ring, and he jumped on top of Trick Williams and just started hitting him with rights, stomping him, kicking him, hitting him. Then he picked up Trick Williams and throw him in the corner, but instead of hitting the turnbuckle, Trick Williams ended up hitting the pole, and Baron Corbin reaches over the ropes and just started punching Trick Williams in the head. Then he let go of Trick Williams, went over there and picked up Carmelo, and while he pulled Carmelo up, he hit him with what I would say is my at least top two finishing moves of all time, man. He hit that boy with the end of days, and hey, man, I couldn't have been more prouder. You know what I'm talking about? Well, after he took Carmelo Hayes out, he go over there and pick up Trick Williams. When he picked up Trick Williams, he hit Trick Williams with the end of days. Then he rolls out the ring, go and get the United States Championship belt, roll back in the ring, hold up the belt, and then pretty much lay the belt over Trick Williams. But let's talk about the belt for a minute. Man, in a segment earlier in the night, Trick Williams was looking for his belt and he couldn't find it. And he thought that Ricky Starks had took the belt because that's something that Ricky Starks would probably do. It seem like he'd take people belts and all this stuff over them. But nah, Ricky Starks didn't take the belt. Lil Yachty took his belt and he went to go and, put a little pizzazz on it. He went to go make it special, went to go make it a belt that only fits Trick Williams, and I can't lie. To me, the United States belt is the best looking belt that's out today. And y'all know that fur coat that Trick Williams be wearing? he ended up adding fur to the belt, all around the front of it, all around the straps of it. I think it looked clean. I can't lie to you. I gotta get that belt. I gotta add it to my belt collection. When I get it, y'all already know when I cut my camera on, y'all will be able to see it, man. Say, that's a nice looking belt. So anyway, yeah, that's the belt that Baron Corbin took. He laid it on Trick Williams, and now we know that Baron Corbin is back and he's going after the United States Championship because he didn't have no beef with Trick Williams or Carmelo Hayes before he left WWE. And we all know why he left WWE, man. They tried to give him different characters, and it kind of just wasn't working out. Even though some people act as if they never liked Baron Corbin, I always liked Baron Corbin. I just seen that he was kind of getting put in some pretty messed up situations or whatever when he was the GM, when they was calling him Bomb Corbin, when he had lost everything and started growing his hair back, even though he bald in the middle. You know what I'm saying? And stuff like that. But yeah, man, Baron Corbin is back in the building. I haven't really watched any other reviews from the IWC. I guess I'll watch them after I get done with my review, but I can't wait to see what people are going to say about Baron Corbin back in the building, man. How can we miss you if you don't go away? He went away. Oh, I saw him too. I went to an MLW event. If you go to my YouTube shorts, there's a video on there where I had a seat right on the aisle, and I was talking trash to Baron Corbin, me and my family, and it got so bad that he grabbed one of the security guards and threw the security guard up against the rail that I was sitting at. He did it on purpose. You know what I'm saying? And I really appreciate it because that's an experience that my daughter and my son, they'll never forget, man. So yeah, Baron Corbin, man, cool dude. I'm happy to see him back in WWE. Y'all let me know what y'all think about him in the chat. Well, let's go to the beginning of Smackdown. Well, Smackdown kicked off with Nick Aldis in the ring, and he introduced our new undisputed WWE champion, which just so happened to be Look in my eyes, what do you see? CM Punk music hit, man. He come down to the ring. He let people know how happy he is and what it's like to be alive in Oklahoma on a Friday night as the WWE champion as the crowd goes crazy. Of course, he took the belt from Sami Zayn after Sami Zayn only had the belt for 9 days, man. We didn't get no Sami Zayn tonight. I don't know why, but hey, I definitely want to see the type of reaction that we was gonna get from Sami Zayn. Hopefully, we'll get it on Monday Night Raw because I am into this storyline. I can't even lie. So anyway, CM Punk come down to the ring. He say all that about how good it is to be alive on a Friday night in Oklahoma. Then he started just running down lists of people. He said he been listening, and people want to come for him because he's the champion. He ain't got no problem with that. He said Gunther can come and get it. He said Sammy can come and get it. He named a couple of other names too and said all of them can come and get it, but he didn't name Cody Rhodes, and all of a sudden, Cody Rhodes music hit. My father said Cody come down to the ring. He stepped into the ring. CM Punk had a black eye. So Cody Rhodes grabbed CM Punk by the chin, looking like he's trying to get a better look at CM Punk. I like, man, you got a nice little shiner right there, Well, he walk over there, he get his mic, he come back. He say he already know that everybody else know that they are friends, man. Him and CM Punk is friends. He said just a couple of months ago, it seemed like Cody Rhodes was the champion and CM Punk was coming out on him. Well, now CM Punk is the champion and he's coming out on him. And both of them established that while they were champions, that any of them can get it anytime, any place. So before Cody got done talking, CM Punk say, when you want this title shot, man? Cody Rhodes said he wanted at SummerSlam. They agreed to it, and they gave each other a hug. Nick Aldis grabbed the mic and made it official. We will have CM Punk versus Cody Rhodes as the main event of SummerSlam. I think we already knew that. That was predictable. That was something that people have been talking about for really, a couple of months, in fact. And it looked like they're going to keep that storyline alive. Looked like that's the direction they're going in, and we can't really be mad at them. Well, later on in the night, when Nick Aldis got backstage, right? He ended up running into Gunther. And I told y'all Gunther was owed a rematch because some people was like, well, Gunther not owed no rematch based off the video that I made, the last video that I made where I was telling people that Gunther is in the title picture too. He get a rematch. People didn't want to hear that. They didn't believe me. Well, I was right. Once again, he do get a rematch. So Nick Aldis told him, man, I'll take what you're saying into consideration. And what Gunther said was, hey, I don't care who it is, man. Shoot, I'll take Cody. I'll take Punk. I'll take both of them. Put me in the triple threat match. But I need to get in the ring with them because I am owed a rematch. And you got to the end of the night to make this decision. Well, we're going to skip ahead. The last segment of the night, man, Nick Aldis came out to the ring, and he let it be known that he had made his decision, And he called Gunther out to the ring. So Gunther come down to the ring. He come down smiling, the way that Gunther smiles, thinking that he finna get pretty much everything that he want. But Nick Aldis said, okay, look, you said you want Cody? I'll give you Cody. He said, you want CM Punk? Okay, I'll give you CM Punk. He said, I will give them to you in the world's most famous arena, Madison Square Garden, 1 week from tonight at Saturday Night Main Event. So Gunther smiling real hard. He like, yeah, I'm getting what I want. He said, hold up. Well, Cody Rhodes and CM Punk is going to team up against you and a partner. I mean, no, he said Cody Rhodes and CM Punk is going to team up and they're going to fight you and your friend and mine, the last real good guy, Sami Zayn. So Gunther smile all of a sudden turned into a mean face. And he gets in Nick Aldis' face and he like, hold up, man, that ain't what I asked you for. You know what I'm saying? He like, you need to fix your mistake. This is your mistake. And Nick Aldis was like, okay, look, while we on the subject of fixing mistakes, okay, look, this mistake need to be fixed, man. I didn't know you was gonna be a pain in my behind when I signed you to this brand, man. He said, well, you gonna have that match at main event with Cody Rhodes and CM Punk. And the main event at SummerSlam with Cody Rhodes and CM Punk is gonna remain the same. And he turned to face the audience when he said that. Well, all of a sudden, Gunther just get heated up and he hits Nick Aldis in the back of the head, knock him down to the ground, man. And he gets on top of Nick Aldis and just throw an elbow at him. He slammed him to the ground, man. He ripped his coat off, man, and he hit him with a clothesline, right? Nick Aldis is coming up on the ropes, going to get him off the ropes, clothesline him again. Then he put him in the sleeper hole, man. And when he put him in the sleeper hole, all of the management started running out. It wasn't really no security coming out. It was just like the management office came out. And they came out and they ended up getting Gunther off of Nick Aldis, put Gunther in one corner. Nick Aldis is on the ground on the other side of the ring. While they trying to hold Gunther back, Nick Aldis was trying to get to his feet. He do get to his feet. Gunther break loose, hit him with a big boot, put him in another sleeper hole, man. And now, I ain't gonna lie, Nick Aldis was out. Like, he was out of there, but Gunther wasn't letting go. You know what I'm saying? He just choked the dude out. I'm talking about for just seconds at a time. So they get Gunther off him again. And Gunther gets out the ring, and we're thinking Gunther finna leave. They checking on Nick Aldis, trying to see if Nick Aldis all right. All of a sudden, Gunther slide back in the ring and put him back in the sleeper hole. And while he in the sleeper hole, the referees, the staff ended up getting one of his arms off of him, so he just threw the elbow in Nick Aldis, got his arm free, and put Nick Aldis back in the sleeper hole again. He just choking him, man. Nick Aldis is sleep. Do you hear me? Now we thinking Gunther finna leave the ring, but because the closing credits ended up showing, so we thinking the show finna go off. All of a sudden, Gunther go back over there, grab Nick Aldis while he sleep, and put him in the sleeper hole again. All of a sudden, Cody Rhodes music hit. Cody Rhodes makes his way down to the ring, and then the show cuts off. In the midst of him running down to the ring, it literally cut off. But see, they on Netflix, so I don't understand why they just can't show whatever it is they want to show without it cutting off because y'all don't have a time limit. Netflix is not putting y'all on a time restraint, so I don't even understand why that should even be a thing. But of course, I went to go see the behind the scenes clip, and Cody got in the ring. Gunther got out of the ring. Cody ended up grabbing the mic, telling him, "Come on, let's do it right now. Let's do it tonight, right here, Oklahoma. Referee, ring the bell. Gunther, get your butt in the ring." Gunther pretty much said, "Forget that stuff," and walked on up the ramp. You know what I'm saying? That's the way that SmackDown ended up going off, you know. So, hey, it looked like we're going to get this tag team match at main event, and we all know, man, that Nick Aldis has been training. We've been hearing about that for the last month and a half, almost 2 months, that he's been training, and we all pretty much assumed that he was on his way back to the ring. And it looks like, as I said in the previous video, the way that they're going to bring him back, he's going to have a match with Gunther, and maybe we're going to get that match at SummerSlam, because this is not the first time Gunther has put his hands on him, and Nick Aldis seems as if he's about to turn back into that boy Magnus. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not mad at that. So it looked like SummerSlam is shaping up with some nice matches, some pretty nice matches, man. And I can't say that I am disappointed for the most part. I do want to see what Sami Zayn is going to be doing. All right, look. In another segment, man, Jimmy Uso and Jacob Fatu, they came to SmackDown. They looking for Solo, right? And they backstage, and they can't find Solo. And so they ended up coming to the ring because while they looking for Solo, they ended up mentioning Royce Key's name too, you know? So hey, they get in the ring, they calling Solo out to the ring, but Solo music don't hit, Royce Keys music hit. So Royce Keys makes his way down the ramp, he get in the ring, and Jay Uso was pretty much telling Royce Keys, look, you ain't part of this, Royce. It's not part of this family. You a friend of the family, but you're not part of this family. So Roy Keys said, look, you made it loud and clear that I'm not a part of this family, but blood don't make you family. Loyalty makes you family, because y'all know that it's said that Royce Keys and Jacob Fatu, you know, they know each other from the streets, and Jacob Fatu is in the ring too, right on side of Jimmy. So he's trying to. Royce Keys said what he said about family is not blood, but it's loyalty. He said that to Solo. Solo didn't say nothing. Solo just stood there. You know what I'm saying? So Royce Keys went on to say, you know how many family members I lost? You know, he said the bloodline got brother fighting brother, cousin fighting cousin. He said that he wished that he could hug some of his family members because some of his family members is dead. He can't text some of his brothers. He can't text some of his cousins because he don't got no family. He said that Jacob Fatu has been his brother for the last 14 years, and he said he refused to let Jacob Fatu fall to the bloodline, man. You know what I'm saying? So Jimmy was like, look, out of respect for you and you being a friend to the family, he say, look, you gonna cross a line that you can't come back from, man. He say, do you understand what I'm saying to you, Roy? He's trying to get Royce to understand it's a line, bro. Don't cross that line. Well, Royce said he like, okay, look, I ain't even come here to fight tonight, but guess what? There's a line right there. And you know Royce Keys stepped over the line, man. So Jimmy Uso was like, bro, you up here tripping. Don't you see me and Jacob right here, bro? Me and Jacob will put you down right here, right now. And Jacob ended up stopping him from talking. He ended up taking the mic from Jimmy. And he was like, look, he said, ain't no we. He said, this is you, bro. He said, if you want to take on Royce Keys, then hey, you're gonna have to do that all by yourself. It ain't no we. You know what I'm saying? He said, this one right here is on you. I'm out. You know what I'm saying? So that ended up leading to a match, man. And the match was pretty decent. I would say that Royce Keys looked a little bit more smoother than what he normally looked, but he was definitely out of gas, man. You know what I'm saying? But how the match started was Jimmy ended up telling Nick Aldis to get a referee out there so they can make everything official, right? And he was saying, look, Royce, once you fight me, you can't come back from it. He said, you see that line right there? And he pointed to the ground, and Royce Keys looked at the ground, at the imaginary line on the ground. And while Royce Keys was looking down, Jimmy Uso tried to go for a punch, but Royce Keys ended up catching his hand, hitting him with a clothesline, knocking him against the ropes, and then clotheslining him over the ropes out of the ring. So, they go to commercial, and then when they come back from commercial, the match pretty much starts, man. And then, like I said, the match was cool. Nothing really to write home about, but if you are into the Bloodline storyline like I am, which this is my number one storyline, but seems as if that storyline is starting to change because this Sami Zayn storyline, this is becoming my number one storyline now, man. So, hey, we'll just see what happens from there. All right, well, there came a point in the match where they fighting outside the ring, and Royce Keys picks up Jimmy Uso for the fireman's carry. The world's strongest slam, pretty much. He world's strongest slam Jay on the table one time. And the crowd say, do it again, do it again. He picks up Jimmy, hit him with another world's strongest slam on the table. The crowd say, do it again, do it again. He picks him up and hit him with another world's strongest slam on the table. Then he picks him up for like a pump handle slam. And while he got Jimmy up, he's finna go run Jimmy head into the pole. But when he tried to run Jimmy head into the pole, Jimmy ended up getting off his shoulders, pushing Royce Keys into the pole. And when he pushed Royce Keys into the pole, he went to go lean on the barricade like, okay, hold up, time out. While he leaning up against the barricade, all of a sudden, Solo Sikoa shows up. And when he turned around and see that it's Solo Sikoa, Solo ended up hitting him with an elbow in his face. He grabbed him from the back, and he getting ready to hit Jay with the spike. But before he could hit Jay with the spike, Jacob Fatu music hit, and Jacob Fatu ended up coming down to the ring. And they on the outside of the ring while Jacob Fatu is walking from the ramp around the corner of the ring. Solo take off his coat like, okay, hey, if you really want to do this, come on, let's do it. They come and clash at each other like two bulls. Jacob hit Solo with a right, Solo hit Jacob with a right, Jacob hit Solo with a right, and then Jacob ended up getting the upper hand. But then all of a sudden, Solo started getting the upper hand, and while Solo getting the upper hand, while Solo getting the upper hand, Jacob ended up grabbing Solo with a tongue and death grip. And, he started choking him, then he ended up throwing him into the timekeeper area. And while Royce Keys is in the ring with Jimmy Uso, he's looking outside of the ring at what's going on with Jacob Fatu and Solo. And when when Jacob threw Solo over the barricade, then Royce Keys turned around. And when Royce Keys turned around, he ended up getting hit with a spear by Jimmy Uso. 1, 2, 3. So I ain't gonna lie, man, I really didn't expect that, but I'm not mad at it because Jimmy needs some wins, man. Like, it's about time that they start putting Jimmy in the position that I know that he's gonna definitely excel in. Jimmy did his thing when they put the ball in his hand. He ran with it, man. And I think it's time that they should put the ball in Jimmy's hand and see what he can do. Well, the match is over. But Jacob Fatu ended up grabbing Solo and from the timekeeper area and threw Solo into the ring. Then he ended up taking off his shirt because he had on two shirts. He had a white shirt under this button-down shirt. So Jacob ended up taking off his shirt. He threw Solo into the corner, and he just went over to the corner and just started stomping him like Stone Cold Steve Austin. You know what I'm saying? Stomping a mud hole in him and walking him dry. Now, while he's stomping Solo, Royce Keys ended up coming up behind him, turning him around like, bro, what is you doing, bro? That's your family member, man. That's your brother. That's your cousin, man. Like, you need to stop, bro. You tripping, man. All of a sudden, Solo hit Royce Keys with a super kick. Then he run and hit him with a senton. Then Jimmy ended up grabbing the chair, throwing it into the ring. Jacob pick up the chair, take the chair, wrap it around the head of Solo, right? He ended up hitting that crazy walk. He started shaking. He started getting possessed by the demons. He started going crazy. He run to the turnbuckle, bounce off the turnbuckle, and he's running to the other turnbuckle so that he could hit Solo with the, y'all know how they hit the hip attack. But don't forget the chair is on Solo face, and Jacob run full speed, but then he stopped. He stopped and don't even do it. And he tells Solo, look, bro, you need to listen to me, bro. He say, this Monday, your butt better be there for the family. Monday on Raw, you better be there for the family when we show up because next time I ain't gonna stop. Next time I'm gonna take your head off, man. And his music hit, and he walked out the ring. Now I'm excited for that. I can't lie to you. Y'all already know since I've been doing wrestling content, I've been telling y'all I want to see the whole bloodline back together. And the only person who was messing that up in these last couple of weeks was Solo. So I'm happy to know that they are continuing this storyline, and it looks as if Solo is going to have to get in line before Jacob have to put that boy on. Maybe him and Jacob gonna have a match at SummerSlam the same way that Jacob had to have one with Roman for Jacob to come and join the family. Maybe they finna do the same thing with Solo. However they do it, man, I don't care. Solo, get your butt in the bloodline, bow down to the tribal chief, throw up the ones, and let's move forward, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm waiting on. But yeah, this was a good segment as well, man. People say SmackDown be boring and all that stuff. I disagree. If y'all stop trying to record while at the same time watching the show and just pay attention to the show, man, SmackDown, to me, really be on point, man. They been doing their thing. I don't know what these other people been talking about. All right, man. We come to another match. All right. Well, before we talk about that match, let me talk about this real quick. Blake Monroe, y'all know the glamour. She ended up introducing herself to Chelsea Green backstage. You know, and y'all know she been doing her little backstage attacks for the past week or so. She just hit the main roster, made it there kind of quickly. Well, Tiffany Stratton was having an interview backstage, and she pretty much mentioned Jade Cargill to Tiffany Stratton, but she asked Tiffany Stratton, "What is your plan for Jade Cargill and her girls attacking you?" And Tiffany was pretty much saying, "Look, I'm gonna do whatever I gotta do. I'm gonna keep this belt." And maybe it'll become a time where I'm gonna have two titles because I'm also trying to become the women's champion too. And then Chelsea Green ended up walking into the picture. Now y'all know that Tiffany Stratton is not trying to be friends with Chelsea, but Chelsea keep on inserting herself in her matches, in her interviews. She's trying to make Tiffany like her so they can be friends. Well, it was no different tonight. She was telling her, "Look, why are you trying to go for the women's title match when me and you could be tag team champions?" And she was like, "Look, I already got matching gear." Like Chelsea Green was telling her, "I already got outfits for us." And when she said that, all of a sudden, Lash Legends and Nia Jax is back on TV. And they pop into the scene. And they said, "Well, hey, we've been busy lately, but we back now. And we coming to get those tag team titles." And then she told Tiffany, "Look, not only are we finna get them tag team titles, hey, I'm probably come for that United States title too." The irresistible forces walk off in one direction, Tiffany walk off in the other direction, but Chelsea Green stay right there talking trash. And while she talking trash, she turned around to give Tiffany a high five, but she realized Tiffany wasn't there. And when she turned around to give Tiffany the high five, all of a sudden Blake Monroe hit her from behind, knock her to the ground, pick her up, throw her into all those equipment cases and boxes. I mean, it was kind of weak, honestly. Like it wasn't like Stephanie Bakura or nothing like that, but she threw her into the boxes, knocked her to the ground, told her that her name is Blake Monroe and she needs to remember that name. And then she walked off. So that's pretty much what that segment was. Nothing to really write home about. I know that they big on Monroe, and I can't wait to see what storylines they put her in. Look like she's finna go up against Chelsea Green, but I think Chelsea Green is finna have a story. excuse me, she finna have a storyline with Tiffany Stratton, and she probably finna end up being the new United States champion before long. All right, now let's get to the match that I was finna talk about in this segment, man. Jay Cargill and her girls was backstage, and they was getting interviewed by Kathy Kelly, and they was pretty much just talking their trash. You know what I'm saying? Letting people know that Jay Cargill is that chick, and that chick had a match tonight with Alexa Bliss, and how she was finna take out Alexa Bliss because she really wants Charlotte, but since they won't give her Charlotte, she just gonna go on and take out her friend. You know what I'm saying? So she had a match tonight with Alexa Bliss, and this match was actually pretty decent as well too. You know what I'm saying? I can't even lie. It wasn't a very long match, but it was a very busy match because you know while the match going on, Jade Cargill, she pretty much was dominant in the match. You know, Alexa made her look good. I can't lie to you, but B5 and Michin, you know, they did they interference whenever they could or whatever. Charlotte Flair was out there teasing Jade Cargill, and you know, whenever Alexa Bliss would have the upper hand on Jade Cargill, and whenever Jade Cargill was up against the ropes or something, you know, Charlotte would get all in her face, make fun of her, and do all this. Well, in this segment, while B5 ended up pulling the leg of Alexa Bliss on the other side of the ring, which got the ref distracted. So when Jade Cargill was on the other side of the ring, Charlotte Flair jumped up on the apron and she hung up Jade Cargill on the rope. And when Jade Cargill being dazed, Alexa Bliss ended up rolling her up. 1, 2, Jade ended up kicking out. So since Michin saw that Charlotte Flair hung up Jade on the rope, Michin ran around the ring to the other side of the ring to try to get Charlotte, but Charlotte hit her with a big boot. But while Charlotte hit her with a big boot and she faced Michin, B-Fab come from behind Charlotte, and then she ended up pushing Charlotte into the ring post, and Charlotte Flair ended up hitting the ground. Well, B-Fab ended up getting on the apron, and Alexa Bliss took a swing at her, and she hit her. And when she turned back around, Jade Cargill hit her with the pump kick. Then she picked her up for the jaded, dropped Alexa Bliss right on her face, turned her around, rolled her up, picked that leg up. 1, 2, 3. And Jade Cargill, man, that blue jean outfit that she had on, I ain't gonna lie, man, that's a nice outfit. Like, I heard they bringing the blue jean look back into, you know, making it a thing again. And if she's gonna be the model for it, then hey, this summer is gonna be a hot girl summer. Well, B5, Michin ended up getting a shirt, and she tried to slide it into the ring at Jade Cargill. And when Jade Cargill picked up the chair, Charlotte ended up getting in the ring, knocking Jade Cargill down. The other two girls tried to jump her, but she ended up beating them up too. And while she beating up the other two girls, and she knocked down B5 and Michin, all of a sudden Jade Cargill hit her with a super kick. Now Michin and B5, they got Charlotte in the corner, and they both holding her arms up against the ropes where she can't move. Jade Cargill takes a chair, and she puts Alexa Bliss' arm in the chair, and she bent her arm back the other way. Now, we already know that Alexa Bliss is double jointed, so, but y'all know how it look when a person is double jointed and they can kind of like pop their elbow out of place. Well, Jade put her arm in the chair, and she bent it back as far as she could bend it, and then slammed it down on the ground. And you could just see her arm just dangling, man. Like it's just dangling. Like it looked real. But of course, if you know double jointed people, then you know that they can do that without an issue, you know. And hey, she said she was gonna break Alexa in half, and that's exactly what she did, man. It looked bad. I ain't gonna lie, man. It did look real nasty, if I do have to say so myself. All right, man. One more match that I want to talk about. Finn Balor. You know, Tamatonga been really fighting people from his past. People like, you know, Shinsuke Nakamura. He ended up fighting AJ Styles before AJ Styles retired. Well, they're continuing that storyline because him and Finn Balor have history too. When they used to rock with each other when they was over there in New Japan, and Bullet Club and all that good stuff. So they ended up having a match tonight. I'm so happy that my boy Finn Balor got his original theme song back with the dum 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 dun 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 dun. So, he came down to the ring. He had to hit his, what I'm saying, spread the arms, get the crowd lit while the lights go off, but the spotlight focus on you. So, anyway, man, let's get to the match, man. It came down to a part in the match where Tama Tonga is outside the ring, and Finn Balor is about to hit his patent suicide flip over the top rope. But Tala Tonga ended up grabbing his foot, and when he turned around, like, man, what the heck you doing grabbing my foot? By the time he turned around, Tama Tonga then rolled back into the ring and, hit the dude with a clothesline. And Tama Tonga ended up getting offense, and he stayed on offense for a minute after that. And he throws Finn Balor in the corner. He goes over there to hit his big stinger splash. He hit him with one splash. He come back around. He hit him with another splash. He gets on the ground. He hit the Bray Wyatt, but in reverse. You know what I'm saying? As he go for the stinger splash again, Finn Balor hit him with a sling blade and knocked Tama Tonga to the ground. Tama Tonga gets up. Finn Balor hit him with the shotgun drop kick into the corner. He goes up to the third rope to go for the coup de grace, but Tala Tonga ended up getting on the rope. And he ended up getting on the apron, and the ref made Tala Tonga get down. But it was enough hesitation because when Finn Balor jumped off the rope, he ended up missing the coup de grace, and he ended up getting hit with the cutthroat. And he got hit in the back of the head. Now, I've never saw this move. Tama Tonga ended up picking him up like it's a pedigree, but he picked him up, turned him around in like a 180 and dropped him on his face. You know what I'm saying? So he go for the pin. Finn Balor kicks out. Now it's a reset. In the reset, Finn Balor ended up taking Tama Tonga and throwing him out the ring right next to his brother Tala Tonga. He runs to the rope, bounce off the rope, and then he hits his suicide flip over the rope onto Tama Tonga and Tala Tonga. And he grabs Tama Tonga off the ground, throw him back into the ring, and, Tala Tonga is in the corner, but he's coming out the corner, so he hit him with another shotgun drop kick. Knocked Tala Tonga into the turnbuckle. He hit the turnbuckle. He ended up hitting the ground. Finn Balor get out the ring. He goes to the apron. He go up rope 1, rope 2. He gets up on the third rope. He jumps. Coup de grace straight to the chest. 1, 2, 3, man. Finn Balor. And I'm happy that he got a win because I just got done watching his interview with Chris Van Vliet last night as well. And that was a nice interview too. I got a lot of insight from Finn Balor, which I already know a lot about Finn Balor, but he also gave some insight about like his diet and his training and how he became a wrestler and what made him want to become a wrestler. So giving him that interview and giving him this win on SmackDown, I think that was the right thing to do, man. But say, it was a nice episode of SmackDown. I would say go out your way to go and watch this. We only have 1 week before main event, and we have 2 weeks before SummerSlam. That boy is back, man. He is back, as you can see in the thumbnail, and I can't wait to see in what way. We know in what way they're going to use him, but I can't wait to see if they're gonna, I don't know. I don't think they're gonna take the belt off Trick, man. With this new belt that they just presented him, they'll be a fool to take the belt off Trick. But then look at Sami Zayn. He only has the belt for 9 days, so anything could happen in this WWE universe. All I'm gonna say is I got my popcorn, I got my drink, and I'm sitting back watching, and I can't wait to see what they gonna do, man. Well, that was SmackDown from Oklahoma. I am Mama Ducks, Baby Duck, Mr. No Ducks himself. Quack, quack. This is, but watch this though, and watch this though.